In an age shrouded in mist and legend, where shadows danced with whispers of forgotten lore, the ancient castle of Eldoria stood sentinel, perched atop the jagged peaks of the Dragon's Tooth Mountains. Its dark spires clawed at a sky bruised with the hues of an eternal twilight. High in the tallest tower, framed by cold, unforgiving stone, Princess Rosalind gazed out at her desolate kingdom. Her expression was one of sorrow, a princess held captive by a fearsome beast. Yet beneath the surface of her despair, a resilient fire flickered in her eyes, a spark of defiance awaiting its moment. Through the gnarled, whispering boughs of the gloomwood, a lone rider pressed onward, his silver armor glinting like a shard of fallen moonlight. This was Sir Gideon, the most valiant knight in the realm, his heart a bastion of courage, sworn to liberate the princess from her scaly captor. The forest itself seemed to conspire against him, its shadowy paths twisting into bewildering mazes, and ethereal mists coalescing into shimmering, magical barriers that tested his resolve. Yet, with each obstacle overcome, his determination only hardened, his gaze fixed on the grim silhouette of the castle that loomed ever closer. With a final, heroic surge, Sir Gideon breached the castle's defenses, his blade a blur of silver as he cut through the monstrous sentinels that guarded its haunted halls. He ascended the winding steps of the princess's tower, the air growing thick with a primal heat and the scent of sulfur. There, coiled at the tower's peak, was the Dragon Magnificente, terrifying creature of obsidian scales and molten gold eyes. As Gideon raised his sword for the killing blow, a clear voice cried out, "Stop!" Princess Rosalind stood between them, her hand outstretched, not in fear, but in a plea for understanding. She had seen the truth in the dragon's actions. It was not a jailer, but a sacred guardian. Its roars were not threats, but warnings against a far greater, unseen evil festering beyond the kingdom's borders. A profound understanding dawned upon the night. The Tailies were wrong. This noble beast, the last of its kind, was the kingdom's first line of defense. Lowering his sword, Sir Gideon looked from the princess to the dragon, seeing not a monster, but an ally. An unlikely pact was forged in that high tower. A union of human and dragon, of courage and ancient wisdom. They stood together, no longer a rescuer and his prize, but a united front against the encroaching darkness. As they descended from the tower, they emerged into the world not as figures of a completed fairy tale, but as the formidable beginning of a new, epic legend. Their gazes set on the horizon and the battle yet to come.